Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad you are here, and today I am going to talk about shadowing technique. Learning to speak English clearly and confidently can be difficult for many people, especially if English is not your first language. One powerful method that can help you improve quickly is called shadowing. Shadowing means listening to English audio and speaking at the same time, just like you are copying or shadowing the speaker. It is a simple but very effective way to improve your pronunciation, rhythm, listening, and speaking skills all at once. In this lesson, we will explain step by step how to use the shadowing technique correctly. You will learn why it works, how to start, what mistakes to avoid, and how to make it a part of your daily routine. Whether you are a beginner or an advanced learner, shadowing can help you speak more naturally and confidently in English. Let's explore this amazing method together. What is the shadowing technique? The shadowing technique is a special way to practice speaking English. It is very simple but very powerful. Many people use this method to improve their speaking, listening, and pronunciation. But what does it really mean? Let's look at it step by step. Imagine you are walking outside on a sunny day. The sun is shining. When you walk, you see something follow you. What is it? It's your shadow. Your shadow follows you closely. It moves when you move. It turns when you turn. It does everything you do, but a little behind you. That is the idea behind the word shadowing. Now, think of a native English speaker. That person is speaking English. They talk clearly and naturally. Your job is to follow their voice, just like a shadow follows the body. When they speak, you speak almost at the same time. You repeat what they say right after them, without stopping, and without thinking too much. You are not trying to make your own sentences. You are not trying to create new words. You are not trying to pause and understand everything. You are just listening and repeating. It's like an echo, but with a human brain and a human voice. For example, native speaker. I really enjoy going to the park in the evening. You, shadowing. I really enjoy going to the park in the evening. You say the same sentence. You try to match there. Words, same vocabulary. Pronunciation, same sound. Tone, same emotion. Speed, same pace. Intonation, same rising and falling sound of the voice. Rhythm, same beat of speech. This is not just listening. This is not just repeating later. This is speaking along with the speaker immediately, almost at the same time. In the beginning, it may feel strange. You may not be fast enough. You may miss words. You may feel confused. But don't worry. That is normal. The goal is not to be perfect at the start. The goal is to train your ears, mouth, and brain to work together. You are practicing how to think and speak in English without stopping. Over time, you will speak faster, more clearly, and more naturally. Shadowing is not just copying. It is a deep way to connect your brain and voice with the English language. It helps you feel the flow of English. It helps you learn how native speakers move their mouths. It helps you learn how they stress words. It helps you learn how they speak in real life, not just in textbooks. This is why the shadowing technique is very popular with people who want to speak English more fluently, especially those who want to sound more natural, more confident, and more like a native speaker. Let's now move to the next part. What is the purpose of shadowing? So, why do we use the shadowing technique to practice English? What is the real goal of this method? Why do many English learners, and even language experts, say that shadowing is one of the best ways to learn to speak? Let's explore this together, step by step, in very simple English. 1. To train your ears and mouth at the same time. When you shadow, you are listening and speaking at the same time. This is different from other learning methods. Normally, you listen first and then you speak. But in shadowing, you do both almost together. This is important. Why? Because in real life, when you talk to someone in English, your brain needs to hear and respond quickly. You don't have time to stop and translate. You don't have time to check your grammar. You don't have time to think for too long. Shadowing helps you practice this. It connects your ears and your mouth. When you hear a sentence, your mouth starts to copy it immediately. This trains your brain to react in English. Slowly, you stop needing to think in your own language first. You become faster. You become smoother. You become more natural. 2. To improve pronunciation and accent. Many English learners have good grammar. They know many words. But when they speak, it is hard to understand them.
Why?
Because their pronunciation is not clear. They do not say the words like native speakers do. They may speak with a heavy accent. Shadowing helps with this problem. When you shadow, you copy the exact sound of a native speaker. You copy their voice, their tone, their stress, and their speed. You are not reading from a book. You are following a real voice. This helps you sound more like that voice. Over time, your pronunciation gets better. Your words become clearer. Your accent becomes softer. People will understand you more easily. You will feel more confident when you speak. You don't need to sound exactly like an American or British person. That's okay. But shadowing helps you sound more understandable and more natural. 3. To learn real English, not just textbook English. Many students learn English from books. They learn grammar rules and vocabulary lists. They do exercises. That is good, but it is not enough. Real English, the kind people use every day, is different. It has rhythm, stress, fast speech, connected words, and slang. For example, in books you learn, I am going to eat. In real speech, people say, I'm gonna eat. Shadowing lets you hear and repeat real English from real speakers. You learn how English actually sounds in everyday life. You learn how people speak when they are not reading. You learn how they shorten words. You learn where they pause. You learn the music of the language. This is very important, because when you speak English with real people, not teachers, you need to understand and speak like them. Shadowing helps you prepare for that. 4. To build speaking confidence. Many people feel nervous when they speak English. They are afraid of making mistakes. They are afraid people will laugh. They are afraid they will not be understood. Shadowing can help with this fear. When you shadow, you are speaking every day. You are hearing and repeating many sentences. Your mouth becomes stronger. Your voice becomes louder. Your brain becomes faster. You get used to speaking English. You get used to hearing your own voice in English. This practice gives you confidence. You start to feel, yes, I can speak. You don't worry so much about mistakes. You speak with more power. You feel more ready to talk to other people in English, in class, at work, or in real life. Shadowing is like going to the gym for your English. The more you do it, the stronger your speaking becomes. 5. To train your brain to think in English. This is one of the biggest goals of shadowing. When you start learning English, your brain often thinks like this. English sentence translate to your language understand, think of answer in your language translate to English speak. That is very slow. That is not good for real conversation. Shadowing helps you change this. After many weeks of shadowing, your brain starts to skip the translation. It hears English, and then it speaks English. You don't think in your own language anymore. You start to think in English. This is a big change. It makes you more fluent. It makes you more automatic. It makes English feel more natural in your mind. Summary. The purpose of shadowing is not just to repeat words. It is to train your brain, mouth, and ears to work together. Improve your pronunciation and reduce your accent. Learn how real people speak English in real life. Build your confidence in speaking. Help your brain think in English, not your native language. This technique is simple, but very powerful. And the best part? You can do it anywhere, at home, on the bus, while walking, even while doing chores. You just need your voice and a good recording. Tips to make shadowing more effective. Shadowing is a very good way to improve your English speaking and listening skills. But like all skills, it is not always easy. Sometimes people try shadowing but do not get good results because they don't know how to do it in the best way. That is why some extra tips can help you practice shadowing better. Here, I will explain many useful tips that you can use to make your shadowing practice more effective and faster. 1. Choose audio that you like and understand. When you pick audio for shadowing, it is very important that you like the topic. If you listen to something boring or too difficult, you may feel tired or lose interest quickly. When you enjoy what you hear, your brain is more active and ready to learn. Also, choose audio that matches your English level. If it is too hard, you might feel frustrated and stop. If it is too easy, you won't learn much new. Good audio is clear and a little challenging, but still possible to understand. For example, if you are a beginner, choose children's stories or simple conversations. If you are intermediate, choose short podcasts or news with slow speakers. If you are advanced, try TED Talks or interviews on interesting topics. 2. Use text or script if you can. Sometimes having the written text or script of the audio can help a lot. When you read the text while listening, you understand better. You know exactly what words to say. This helps you shadow more accurately. You can read the text first to understand the meaning. Listen to the audio while following the text. Then try shadowing without looking at the text. Finally, check your mistakes by looking at the text again. If you don't have a script, try to find audio with subtitles or transcripts online. 3. Break the audio into small parts. Long audios can be hard to shadow because you must keep up with everything. Instead, break the audio into small pieces or sentences. You can listen to one sentence or one short phrase at a time. Practice shadowing that small part many times. When you feel confident, move to the next part. This method helps your brain and mouth learn step by step. It also makes shadowing less stressful and more fun. 4. Pay attention to pronunciation and intonation. Shadowing is not just about repeating words. It is also about how you say them. Pay attention to pronunciation, how each word sounds. Intonation, the rise and fall of your voice. Stress, which words or syllables are stronger. Rhythm, the timing of words and pauses. Try to copy the speaker's voice as exactly as you can. This will help you sound more natural and fluent. 5. Speak loudly and clearly. When you shadow, speak out loud. Don't whisper or speak quietly in your head. Using your real voice trains your mouth muscles and helps you practice speaking naturally. Try to speak clearly so you can hear yourself well. If you speak quietly, you might miss some words or sounds. Loud speaking helps your brain connect sounds to your mouth better. 6. Record yourself and listen back. A very useful tip is to record your shadowing practice. Use your phone or any recording device. After practicing, listen to your recording. Ask yourself, do I sound like the speaker? Did I say all the words clearly? Is my speed similar? Is my pronunciation correct? Recording helps you see your mistakes and understand what to improve. It is also very motivating to hear how you get better over time. 7. Repeat the same audio many times. Repetition is the key to success in shadowing. Don't just do 1 or 2 times and stop. Practice the same audio many times until you feel comfortable and confident. Each time you repeat, your speaking becomes smoother. You remember new words and phrases better. Your listening skills improve. Try to practice one audio for several days. You will see great improvement. 8. Mix shadowing with other learning. Shadowing is very good, but it is better when combined with other English learning activities. For example, reading books to learn new words, writing to practice grammar, speaking with friends or teachers, watching English movies or shows. Shadowing helps your speaking and listening, but using other skills helps you become a more complete English speaker. 9. Use shadowing as a fun game. Sometimes shadowing can feel hard or boring. To stay motivated, turn it into a fun game. For example, try to beat your own speed. Imitate the speaker's emotion or feeling. Shadow with a friend or language partner. Use funny or interesting audios. When you have fun, you practice more and learn better. 10. Be patient and keep going. Learning English takes time. Shadowing is a strong technique, but it is not magic. You will make mistakes, and sometimes it feels slow. The important thing is to keep practicing every day and be patient with yourself. Small progress every day leads to big success. Summary of tips. Choose audio you enjoy and understand. Use scripts or subtitles if possible. Break audio into small parts. Focus on pronunciation, intonation, and rhythm. Speak loudly and clearly. Record and listen to yourself. Repeat the same audio many times. Combine shadowing with other learning. Make shadowing fun. Be patient and consistent. Common mistakes to avoid when shadowing. Shadowing is a powerful way to improve English, but many learners make mistakes that slow their progress or cause frustration. Knowing these mistakes will help you avoid them and practice better. Mistake 1. Shadowing too fast or too slow. If you shadow too fast, you cannot follow the words well. You miss words or say wrong sounds. This makes your practice less useful because you don't really understand what you say. On the other hand, if you shadow too slowly, you lose the natural rhythm and flow of English. English is a fast language with connected sounds. Try to find a speed that is a little challenging but still comfortable. It's okay to start slow and increase your speed little by little. Mistake 2. Not listening carefully before shadowing. Some people start shadowing right away without listening to the audio first. This is a mistake because you don't know the meaning or the sounds well. Always listen to the whole audio at least once before you shadow. Try to understand the meaning. This makes it easier to copy the sounds correctly. Mistake 3. Shadowing without paying attention to pronunciation and intonation. Shadowing is more than repeating words. If you ignore pronunciation, stress, and intonation, you will not sound natural. Listen carefully to how the speaker's voice goes up and down. Try to copy not just words, but feelings and emotions in the voice. Mistake 4. Not using text or subtitles. If you don't understand some words, it is harder to shadow correctly. Use the text or subtitles if possible. Reading the text helps you understand difficult parts and check your mistakes. Don't just guess the words. Mistake 5. Practicing only once. One-time shadowing is not enough. Some learners do shadowing only 1 or 2 times and expect to improve fast. Real learning needs many repetitions. Practice the same audio many times until you feel confident. Mistake 6. Not speaking out loud. Shadowing means speaking at the same time as the speaker. If you whisper or move your lips silently, you lose the benefit. Speaking out loud trains your mouth muscles and improves your speaking skills. How often should you practice shadowing? To get good results, it is important to practice shadowing regularly. But how often is enough? Let's look at what research and experienced learners say. Practice daily if possible. The best way is to practice shadowing every day. Even 10 to 20 minutes daily is better than long hours once a week. Daily practice helps your brain remember sounds and words better. It also builds a habit so you don't forget. Start small, then increase. If you are new to shadowing, start with short sessions about 5 to 10 minutes. Don't try to practice for an hour at the start because it is tiring. When your mouth and brain get used to it, increase the time little by little. Balance shadowing with rest. Your brain needs rest to learn well. Don't practice too long or too hard without breaks. Sometimes rest for a day or two if you feel tired or stressed. Good rest helps your brain remember better. Practice different materials. Change your audio materials regularly. Shadowing the same audio many times is good, but don't stay only with one topic or style. Try different speakers, accents, and subjects to get used to various English sounds. How shadowing helps you sound more natural. One of the main reasons people do shadowing is to sound more natural in English. But what does natural mean? And how does shadowing help? Natural speech is fast and connected. In English, people often speak fast. Words connect and sounds change. Natural speech does not sound like reading a book slowly. Shadowing helps your brain and mouth get used to this speed and flow. When you copy a native speaker's voice, you learn how to connect sounds smoothly. Shadowing teaches rhythm and stress. English has a special rhythm. Some words or syllables are stronger, and others are weaker. This is called stress. Native speakers also change their voice pitch, high or low, to show questions, feelings, or important information. When you shadow, you copy this rhythm and stress. This makes your speech sound lively and easy to understand. Improves pronunciation. When you listen and repeat exactly, you train your mouth muscles to make English sounds correctly. Over time, your pronunciation improves and you reduce your accent. This helps people understand you better. Builds confidence. Because you practice speaking with real voices, you feel more confident to talk with others. Your brain learns to think in English sounds, so you speak faster and more naturally. Shadowing for different English skills. Shadowing can help improve many English skills, not just speaking. Let's see how it helps each skill, listening. When you shadow, you listen carefully to every sound and word. This trains your ears to hear English better. You learn to catch small sounds that you may miss when you just listen casually. Your listening skill becomes sharper. Speaking. Shadowing forces you to speak at the same time as the speaker. This helps your mouth get used to English sounds and speeds. Your speaking becomes smoother, faster, and more natural. Pronunciation. Because you copy exact sounds, shadowing improves your pronunciation. You learn to say difficult sounds correctly and reduce mistakes. This makes your English easier to understand. Intonation and stress. Shadowing helps you copy the rise and fall of the voice and the stress patterns. These parts are important for meaning and emotion in English. Good intonation makes your speech sound like a native speaker. Conclusion. Your path to better English starts with shadowing. Shadowing is more than just repeating words. It is a way to train your brain, ears, and mouth to work together. When you practice shadowing every day, even for just 10 to 15 minutes, you will see big changes in the way you speak. You will become more comfortable with English sounds, intonation, and natural speech. You will understand conversations better and feel more confident when you speak to others. Most importantly, you will stop translating in your head and start thinking in English. Remember, improvement takes time, but if you are consistent and enjoy the process, shadowing can truly change the way you learn English. Your voice will grow stronger, step by step, word by word. The story is over. Please support us by subscribing and liking to follow our channel. Your support means a lot to us. I hope you learned something new today. See you next time. Thanks for watching.